Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Mariska and today is a kind of a little bit different because this video is in English. And today uh, I have my accent coach to chit chat with me. It's Collin Whitley. Hi.
Hi,
I'm
how
sorry,
are
I'm a
you?
little bit nervous.
Yes, yeah, me too. It's okay. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you for your time. I'm so happy you can make it because I know you're very busy. You have a lot of students around the world.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. How's the weather?
Where I live, the weather is sunny, and it's about 64 degrees Fahrenheit, so pretty mild.
Oh, it's in here. It's sunny day. The weather is
Uh,
good too.
oh, very
And
nice.
I want I want to ask, how are you? But since we just end our lesson today, so I know you are good.
hmm
So you've been teaching me for my accent for kind of it's a like a, I forget how long, but I improve. I feel I improve a lot. So thank you so much for being uh, my accent coach. So if I can ask you a question, that how long you be uh, an English tutor?
Well, I have combined experience English teaching for somewhere between 3 and 4 years. I've been doing the online English teaching since 2018. I've always wanted to be a teacher ever since I was little, and it's been my dream my whole life. But after graduating university, I worked in other jobs for 7 years rather than pursuing my dream, and they just weren't fulfilling. So, at the suggestion of close friends and family members, I entered a teaching career. And I started off by working 1 year in a local public school in an English class. But at the same time, a good friend of mine who does online English teaching, helped me get started doing that at the same time. And then I discovered I enjoyed the online teaching much better than working for the public school. So I made the decision to switch completely. And I've been doing it as my full time job for about 1.5 to 2 years now.
Okay, you said that you enjoyed your teaching online more than uh, in person. Why?
Well, I love in person teaching, especially if it's private tutoring. Um, but I definitely like the online teaching better than working for the public school. Um, Not because I enjoy the flexibility of working from home, but mostly just because I enjoy working one on one with people instead of a large group, because I like to be able to do the things that are better for that person's needs and give them the individual attention rather than a large group of people. So I enjoy that one-on-one time with people.
So, how much student do you have right now
I have somewhere between uh, 20 and 30 students.
around the world, or just people from around the world, but they stay in America, or they still in their country while you teach them?
Some of both, actually. Most people that I work with, they still live in their native countries. Um, And then I have a few people that live inside America. I have
Like me.
yes, you in Washington, or excuse me, in Oregon, and then also I
Seattle.
have.
I'm in Seattle.
Oh, you're in Seattle. Okay, of course. And then I have a couple of people in Texas, Florida, and also New York and Connecticut. And then around the world, I have people in Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, China, Korea, Japan, and then also France, Germany, Spain, and then in South America, a lot in Brazil, and in other South American countries, and also Mexico.
Okay, you have been teaching them around the world. Did you find any challenging when you teach them? Because like me, my Asian accent is very strong, and then from other country too, especially when they want to pronounce English or American accent. It's very hard. Like me, about the T problem. I have a hard time. It's difficult for me to pronounce to make my accent fluent. Did you find any challenging like that?
Yes, very good question. So the challenges that I have are never because of the people. All the people I work with are a pleasure to work with and very easy to work with. The challenges are the things that we do together, and it depends on the native language. Um, so the example you gave of like the th is a common problem for everybody because that sound exists in very few other languages than English. But there are some sounds that are unique challenges for some language backgrounds and not for others. So, for example, the R, um, the English R, or the American English R, I should say, is very different from the R in many other languages. That have more of a trilled or hard R. The English R is farther back in the throat than rather in the front. So that's a frequent challenge, is learning to adjust the mouth position to make the different R sound. That's one of the biggest examples.
Okay, Colin, like me, I've been in America 2.5 years. Do you think that it's enough for me for a student to learn English or to improve their English, especially for their accent, for the 2.5 years, or we need more times to do that
Oh,
to become fluent?
Oh, I see. Oh, yes. I believe it's plenty of time because many people never even live in the they learn the language without living in the country. Many years ago, it may have been more necessary to live in the country before we had more modern technology. But now, in this information age, with the ability to use YouTube videos, audio,
Oh,
and
there's a lot of
other things,
tutorial, right?
exactly, because it's about immersion, and you can like how you immerse yourself in the language you're studying, and now you can actually be at home, um, away from the country where the language is spoken, and still immerse yourself in it at home. And so it's just about you and how much you immerse yourself in the language rather than how much time total.
Yeah, because right now my English is here and my goal is here. I keep learning. Every day I learn. Yeah. Yeah, yes. So that's why I have you as a tutor so I can improve my English. every single day. And you mentioned that before, when before we chit chat, that you can speak more than two languages. Can you share with me how many languages that you can speak?
Well, the only language I put on my official professional profile other than English is French, because that's my second language. But as a hobby, I study languages. This is what I enjoy doing. So I say I'm a polyglot by hobby, meaning I enjoy studying many languages. But right now, my primary study language is Russian, because I'm planning to visit one of my close friends in Moscow within the coming year, or as soon as conditions allow. So, what I was mentioning a moment ago about immersion, I seek to immerse myself in the Russian language as much as possible in my daily life. And then my friend and I chat by video at least once a week, and he has me practice my Russian language with him, and he serves as my coach for accent or for, uh, just general speaking skills.
And then when you speak more than one or two languages, did you have any challenging when you, because when you speak English right now, and then all of a sudden you have to switch with a Russian, and then Japan, and then France. Did you find any challenging, or like because there they most of the languages that you speak is it's have a different accent. How
Mm-hmm.
you like how you maintain how you maintain?
Yes, that's a very good question. So I always like to compare it to a file cabinet like you have in your office, how you have several drawers. Um, I view each language as a drawer of files, but you open only one drawer at a time, never two. So let's say you're speaking English. Um, you have the English drawer open and you pull a file from that drawer. If you're learning that language, it's like you're making new files and putting them in the drawer. But if you want to switch to French, for example, you close the English drawer and open the French drawer. And that's how you separate the languages in your mind. It's like you're thinking to yourself, I have the French drawer open now, not the English. I'm thinking only in French. That's the best way. That's how I describe it.
Okay. You said that you really enjoy being a English tutor. Have you ever think about having another job, or you want to do this job for the rest of your life because you really love it?
Oh, yes. To answer your question, no, I would never want to do another job. As I mentioned before, I spent 7 years after university in other jobs, and they were not fulfilling. Teaching is my passion, and once I started it, I realized, yes, this is what I love doing, and I never want to do anything else.
What a craziest situation that you run to.
Oh, a good question. Thankfully, for the most part, I don't have to deal with crazy situations. They're very rare. Um, I guess one of them would be people that say they're interested in signing up for lessons, but they really just want to sell some product or something like that. And then, and then I meet them and I have to tell them, I'm sorry, this is a learning environment. This is not a place to sell products. And you will need to look somewhere else for that. But thankfully, that's happened to me only once or twice.
Because you are young, you are handsome. Is there like when you met your student that's young and then impressive? Have you ever student that like become a more than a tutor? They want to become a friends and then something like, yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh, yes, yes. Oh, yeah. Well, again, thankfully, I haven't had to deal with uncomfortable situations like that. But in a positive light, I do form friendships with almost everyone I work with. I've made some of my best friends this way. Um, Even after they stop doing lessons with several people, we still talk at least once a week. I've gotten invitations to visit people in several countries in their home just as a result of building a strong friendship with them. And that's also one of the most fulfilling parts of this job, other than the actual teaching, is the forming of new friendships with others.
You said before that you like to visit your friend in Russia, and then you learn a lot right now about Russia language. How hard uh, compare to the French and Russia when you learn uh, that language? How which one hard
For
or
English
which one
speakers,
harder?
oh, I see. Which one is harder? So for English speakers, Russian is definitely more challenging than French because there are actually four levels of language difficulty for English speakers that were determined by the Foreign Services Institute in America. And languages such as French and Spanish are level one. The German language is a level two, Russian is a level three, and then in level four, the most difficult category, there are the Asian languages such as Chinese, Japanese, and Korean.
When you have your day off, what you do for your hobby or relaxation or something like that?
Oh, okay. So like my free time, you mean?
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I don't. I don't do as many activities as many people do. I prefer more of a quiet life. But as I mentioned before, I love studying languages as a hobby. So, in my personal free time, I love to do my studies, but also I love to spend time with my close friends. So frequently I will do stuff with them, or sometimes have a friend come to my house to watch a movie or to have dinner. Then I also do the same thing with my parents. They will sometimes come over for dinner. And then I like to travel when possible, but in the current situation of the pandemic, there hasn't been much opportunity for that.
Okay, thank you so much, Colin. I really appreciate because you spend your time to chit chat with me, even though that you have a busy schedule, but you still have time uh, for my video today.
Oh,
Thank you so much. I hope you have a you having fun today, and then say hi to people around you. Okay,
yes,
thank you.
most definitely. It's been my pleasure.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, that is my chit chat with Collin Whitley, my accent coach. And here's the tips from Marty Lyons. Check this out.
Hello and welcome back. Here's another tip from Marty. There's a video that's been floating around for a while and you can readily find it on YouTube, and it's called the toast video or making toast. And it's by, and I don't recall the person's name that put this together, so excuse me for not having that ready for you. But if you look it up under, say, lean and then making toast or the toast video, you'll see this pop up. And it's a person who's been really involved in the lean movement for quite a while. It's been a big, big part of his career. He's from the East Coast of the United States, and I believe he's the general manager of a factory. But what he did was really pretty clever. He took the whole concept of something simple like making toast at home, and by witnessing a whole cycle of him, his wife's yelling from the other room, "Andy, can you make me some toast?" And then he goes and makes the toast, and you're sitting there watching how long it takes and seeing what he does and how he makes it, and then he brings it in and finds out, oh, it's the wrong stuff. And it really drives the point home of when we do so many things, we're making it a lot harder on ourselves than we have to. And so his challenge to the viewer is, what things can you identify? And this isn't a big factory with some big process going. It's just making toast at home. But what things can you identify that are wasteful activities that could really make it a lot easier? So it turns out, here's a great example. He put the butter in the refrigerator. Well, when he needs the butter, he has to dig through the refrigerator, move a whole bunch of stuff. So he's spending time looking for things. That's really wasteful. Customers are not willing to pay for that. As you'll see in the video, they even show like line items on an invoice saying, stand around time, charging the customer for looking around for things and all. You can't charge them for that, but you're paying for it yourself. The customer pays for what they got and you're paying for the rest. And so the point would be is, why is the butter in the refrigerator? You know, you could leave the butter out on the counter and put a cover over it and it'll be fine. And oh, by the way, it'll be soft and you can spread it easily. And it's just one of a whole bunch of different examples that you see there. So it's very clever. You see, he goes from I don't know how many minutes in the beginning part of making toast, and then second time it shows, hey, he's really being a lot more efficient. And he had some waiting time, and they're waiting for the toast to pop out of the toaster. So he did a few other chores and some general cleaning that he could do while he's standing there waiting for the process to complete itself. Anyway, it's a pretty interesting video. It's called Making Toast. And once you watch that, even if you're not involved with manufacturing, you just have an ordinary life and you're sitting there thinking, oh, gee, I wonder how I could be a little more effective in making dinner or something like that, it might give you a few tips or hints there that you can incorporate in everyday things that you do and really give you a lot more free time. So there you go. There's your tip for the day. Again, I'm Marty with Mariska. We hope you're having a great time watching these videos. We're having a lot of fun making them. Please subscribe if you haven't already. You have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye-bye.